These photos are mine. Morocco, Malaysia, Hungary, France, 4 different countries, 4 completely different subjects, and when you look at the colors, they feel like they belong in the same world. Same photographer, same visual language. Now let me show you where I started. Those photos are also mine. Same camera, same photographer, no thread connecting them whatsoever. One is warm and pink, one is cold and desaturated, one is earthy with still water. They look like 3 different people edited them with 3 different moods on 3 different days. And if your color grading looks like this, different every single time, no consistency, and that you have no idea how to fix this, I want you to know that the reason is not what you think. This is not your eye, it is absolutely not the software that you use, and this is also not your experience level. It's one concept that painters and designers learn very early in their training, yet photographers almost never hear about this concept. Here's what happens when most photographers sit down and edit. You open the photo, you look at it, and you start moving the sliders based on how it feels on the moment you are editing. The sky looks a bit flat, so you push the blues a little bit. The skin tones looks a little too orange, so you pull it back. You add some contrast because it feels like it needs more weight. So you are reacting, responding to what the photo is showing you. And every photo is different. Every mood you are in is different. So every edit ends up different. And this is not a discipline problem. This is also not really a consistency problem if you are editing regularly, but you are missing one step that happens before you even touch anything, before you even open your editing software. Now here's the thing that kind of frustrated me when I figured this out. Painters know this step. Designers know it as well. It's literally one of the first things that you are going to learn if you are in those disciplines. But in photography, no one teaches it. Because somewhere along the way, the photography world decided that color grading was about presets and that color theory was for other disciplines. So photographers spend years moving sliders, downloading presets, watching tutorials about the curve tool, and still can't figure out why their edits don't look consistent. Meanwhile, the photographers whose work get recognized, whose feed stops you every single time, they are actually working with something you were never shown, and this is called color harmonies. And once you understand what this is, you will never look at an edit the same way again. Color harmony is the relationship between the colors in your image. It's not really what colors are there, because every photo has colors, but whether those colors were choosing deliberately to work together towards a specific emotional effect. When you look at a painting and it makes you feel something, calm, unsettling, nostalgic, the feeling most of the time is not an accident. The painter chose a color harmony before starting to paint on the canvas. They decided what colors will live in this image together and what it's going to do to the person who look at the painting. And the photographers you admire, they are doing exactly the same thing. Maybe consciously, maybe intuitively after years of studying art and film, but the decision is there. And the consistency in their work, the thing that makes their photo recognizable, it comes directly from working with the same colored logic across their whole portfolio. So the photographers you are admiring, they are absolutely not more talented than you. They'll just learn something you were not taught. And color harmony are actually not that complicated. I would say there are 5 main ones, and each one's create a different emotional response. And once you know what they are, you can choose one before opening Lightroom, and your edit has a direction before you've touched a single slider. So let me walk you through 4 different color harmonies and what each one does emotionally. Just one note, if you are interested about this topic of color grading, both technically and in practice inside of the software. I have a course that is called the color code. This is my 4-step method where you will learn in depth what is color harmony, how to apply it, how to analyze the colors in your image, and change the right color to respect the color harmony and make your colors look consistent across all of your photo. So if that's something you are interested in, the link is in the description of this video. So the first color harmony I want to talk about is analogous. Analogous, this is colors that are adjacent to each other on the color wheel. Because they are related, they create a cohesive and a natural feel. Calm, organic, peaceful, atmospheric. When you want a smooth transition between colors, like nature photography, a unified color mood, this is the right color harmony to choose. There is no real tension, every color belongs with each other. The second one is complementary, and you probably know this one already. Those are colors that sit directly opposite to each other on the color wheel. Teal and orange is the one that we've heard about it very much on social media at some point. This creates a strong contrast, but without overwhelming in the image. The feeling is energy, boldness, intensity. When you want your subject to stand out while making it pleasing to the eye, this is the color harmony to go for. You see it everywhere in cinema for exactly this reason. It commands attention, and complementary colors work very well together and they create a very nice contrast visually. Now, split complementary, that is my favorite, my personal favorite color harmony, the one I use the most in my photos. There is one base color and two colors on either side of its opposite on the color wheel. This is really where it gets interesting. You still get contrasts, but with more balance and more harmony than a full complementary with just two different colors. It's more calm, more pleasing, less aggressive than complementary, and I would say it's the harmony for gentle storytelling. For images where you want the viewer to feel something without being hit over the head with it. So see those photos from me. So those photos that are mine here from Morocco, it uses this split complementary color scheme. So you can see there is a lot of blue dominating the image with some kind of orange and red, accent of red here and there. Here, this is the same, blue, some kind of orange, yellow, and red. And here as well, blue, orange, and red. And this is a split complementary color scheme. It really creates contrast with the colors, but everything is very balanced and rich in terms of colors. Now, I want to talk about the triadic color harmony. Triadic is 3 colors evenly placed on the color wheel. This one is very vibrant, energetic, and it's more complex to pull off. I would say that the feeling is joy, playfulness, creative tension. When you want to inject energy to your photo while keeping it visually balanced, triadic is probably the color harmony to go with. It can also work beautifully for more cinematic and almost like science fiction-like type of image. And yeah, it's a very interesting color harmony to use as well. So here I talk about 4 different color harmonies. That's 4 different emotional responses, 4 different emotional languages, and you don't actually have to master all of them. I would encourage you to try them out to see how it feels to you. But eventually the goal would be to choose a color harmony that speaks to you, that works with your photo, and to keep editing with that color harmony. And naturally, it's going to create consistency over your work. Because right now, if you are not choosing a color harmony, the photo is choosing for you. And the photo will choose a different answer every single time, which is exactly why your edits look different every single time as well. And let me get back to my photos. Here, like I showed you, those are all of my photos. But because I've worked consistently with the same color harmonies, then there is really a consistency over all of my photos. Here we have a split complementary, blue, orange, red. Here this is not the same, this is a complementary color scheme, orange and blue. Here same, this is complementary, orange and blue. Blue, yellow, red. Blue, yellow, or orange, red. And I consistently use the same kind of colors over all of my photos, which means that even if I am on a different city, different subject, a different time of the day, I have a consistency across all of my photos. And this is not by accident. I have studied color harmonies, I have studied color theory, and before editing my photos, I know that I'm going to work with a specific color harmony because I also analyze the colors of each photo before editing. I wonder what I want the viewer to feel when they look at my image, and based on that, I will know how I need to edit my photo inside of the software. But most of the decision happen before even touching any slider in one editing software. So if your color grading has felt random until now, if you have spent hours on edits and still couldn't explain why it doesn't look consistent, if you want to hear this clearly, this is not a lack of talent. That is not a lack of information. You were just never taught to think about color harmonies because the photography world decided that presets were the way to color grade, but it's not the case. And the proof is that the photographers whose work get recognized instantly, they are working with a color logic that you are not been shown yet. But now you know because I just explained it, and the only thing you have to do is to practice it. And the color code is the full system, 4-step from intention to the final edit that makes all of this repeatable on all of your photo. It's not just about understanding color harmonies, but knowing how to analyze the colors of your photo, how to choose the right harmony for what you want to say, and how to apply it with intention across every photo you take. That's what creates the consistency you've been looking for. The link is in the description, and I've also pinned it in the comments. So if you've been editing by feel and getting inconsistent results, that's where the method is. I really hope that you're gonna go deeper with this notion of color harmonies and that you are going to try it now on your photos. Don't forget to subscribe and to like this video, and I hope to see you inside of the color code.